And AUC, welcome back, of course. And this is an extremely special edition. The Scuba Diving Club of the AUC in Cairo will celebrate on Saturday the licensing of the youngest scuba diver in Egypt, Ahmed. And he's with us today, and with him one of his two instructors, Haytham Wagih, and the other instructor, Ashraf Sanad, who is based in Hurghada, will be joining us by phone shortly, hopefully. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, and Ahmed, can I start with you?
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you about diving. Why do you like to dive?
I like to dive because when I watch on TV a lot of National Geographic videos that have a lot of colorful and beautiful fish. So I wanted to discover new underwater creatures, and that I saw my dad diving with his friends, so it gave me an interest.
Were you scared?
No.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
How was it working with Ahmed, him being so young?
Yeah, actually he's kind of acquainted with the diving. He participated in some lectures even before starting his course. Yes, he was there listening, and even one time told me, I want to take the test without even being a student diver. Yes. So he loves diving, and I think as he mentioned, that he saw lots of pictures, and he saw his father and friends diving. He has a friend also in the AUC. His name is Costa. He is almost very near in his age.
Ahmed is 10 years right now, right?
Yeah.
When did he start?
He started right before reaching 10 years, because the license requirement says that he must be minimum 10 years. So we arranged to provide him the license on the day of his birthday, the 10th. And we even celebrated that by bringing an artificial cake, and we brought it down.
You celebrated your birthday under the water.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
We're all jealous.
Tell us more about it.
That when we went down, my friends in diving came, and we sat on the sandy bottom behind the cake.
Ahmed, is that your
took
cake?
Pictures.
Can you see it on air? Is
With
that
the
you?
Egyptian flag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And how do you, what do you want to tell your friends? What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm actually interested in that. What do you want to be?
I want to be a diver that gets corals and things to make people interested to dive.
Oh, so you're interested in getting other people on board with this?
Yes.
Ahmed, what did you learn from diving?
I learned that nothing is impossible, and if we don't have gills like fish, we can also dive underwater.
You know, I'm very much impressed, you know, because to tell you the truth, I didn't expect it to be like this. But really, when you see someone like Ahmed, how do you feel? And definitely you feel you want to do something more, because I believe that he needs all our support, because we want him to reach an international level.
Yeah.
Because this is something very, very important. If we are in European country or in the States and they have someone like Ahmed, I don't definitely know what they are going to do for him.
Sure.
What are we going to do for him?
Firstly, Ahmed is not just on the Egyptian level, he's on the international level. He's one of the most young, or even,
of course,
yes.
But we need more.
Yes.
You understand what I want to say, yes.
Firstly, I was extremely encouraged when I knew that he's going to do this course and experience. For me, it's very challenging, because, you know, the children have different level of maturity and mental status. So, but actually, I was extremely motivated when I first saw him in the pool. He was encouraged, willing to do it, and regardless of any difficulty, he tried to go through it. So it made me even more encouraged to continue with him. Me and Ashraf, I hope he can reach us during the.
We hope so too.
Yes, but he's wonderful, actually. He's
what
great.
What were the first obstacles he faced, and how did he sort of get past them?
Yes, mostly the obstacles are there for children and even adults.
Yeah.
To feel that you're breathing underwater, and to just remove the mask This is challenging at the beginning, but he was kind of persistent, and he even tried a lot of times till he did it very well, and I was extremely proud of him.
We are all proud of you,
Yeah.
Ahmed. And tell me, what about your school? Are you clever at school, and do you know how to organize your schedule, studying and practicing diving as well?
Yes,
What's your favorite subject?
English.
Oh,
I can see.
I can see. We could tell from the start.
And how is your father and mother supporting you or helping you to continue with diving? They are happy with this?
Yes, they were happy.
And who made you just who supported you at home first? Or you used to talk to him about diving and about what you want to do? Your father or your mother?
No, my father.
How did the idea start? What were you say you were watching the National Geographic a lot.
Yes.
Tell us more about yourself, Ahmed.
And when I start anything, I get a bit afraid, but when I continue, I get excited and I continue in it.
What do you want to be in the future? What is your dream?
I want to invent a sub-car aero train that moves on air, land, and water.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because definitely he can do it.
Yeah.
Because all of the inventions started with a dream. But the point is, usually in Egypt, I have to say this, because you fail many times till you achieve what you want.
Yeah.
Here we don't support the failure, but
Yeah.
we take the success at the end if we take it. But abroad, they take the failure for 100 times because they know at the end he can do something. This is my point. How are we going to work with Ahmed? Ahmed is not like any other
Yeah,
child. He
yeah.
needs our support to be sponsored.
Sure. But before answering this question, I just have to comment on your question to him, father or mother, and I think also prepared the cake for him. The underwater cake was his mother.
Yes, I wanted, because we have to.
Yes, she did a lot of work regarding that cake. So, but regarding this, I would say incubation for children like Ahmed. From my point of view as a diving instructor, we were discussing with Ahmed's father how to proceed, because he just took the first step. In Thailand, there was lately a small girl, 12 years old. She reached a level of a master scuba diver. And this is challenging, but I think Ahmed can do it very easily. It's just about age restrictions, because he cannot be reached that level unless he's 12 years. So we are preparing during those 2 years to bring him to that level, inshallah.
And we hope he will. And with us, Ashraf Sanad, who's the other instructor. Ashraf, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
And can you tell us one of the more amusing stories whilst working with Ahmed?
First, good morning, Ahmed, and well done for the course. Okay. And Haytham, good morning.
Morning.
Ahmed was very lucky because the group he joined when he doing the course was really very good group. They encourage him also as well to complete his course also, and this very nice, give him very nice or very good environment. And Ahmed himself, he was really prepared for the course, because the problem when you have junior diver, the idea if he's ready in this age to complete his course or not, because it's a big challenge for a child in this age to receive all the knowledge and also doing all the skills, because he do it like the adult exactly. He has the same requirement with the adult also as well.
Oh, so there's no difference in teaching him between him and adults?
Yeah, there is difference between the junior and the adult, and there is 2 points. The first point is bad standard, and the bad is the organization will follow. They put some standard for the junior, for example, for Ahmed age from 10 to 11. Maximum depth for him, for example, is 12 meters. And when he reaches 12 years old, he can go to 21 meters. So this is the professional difference. And for the instructor, it's a challenge, because when you have a child in the group, of course, you need to to give him or to provide him the good environment, and to give him pay attention also as well all the time, because sometimes maybe it's not unfair if he's surrounded by a group of adults and he don't have his chance, or maybe he needs time. So Daddy put some requirements for the group. For example, if you have a children in the group, so the ratio for the students, it can be 4:1, and if you have 2 children, this will be the maximum in the group. So this kind of the reference. But for me, myself, I really enjoy to work with Ahmed, or in general, I like to work with the junior diver, because it's something really amazing when you give the license for children and you see how he's happy and how he understands. It's a good feeling, very good feeling.
Right. Ashraf Sanad, a diving instructor, thank you very much for joining us. And I want to know, how long did it take Ahmed, first of all, when it comes to the course itself, diving in confined water and then moving towards the sea? Because I want to ask him, when he answer, about his feelings first time to be under the water in the sea.
Okay. As Ashraf said, that course requirements are the same for juniors and adults. So at the beginning, we start by theoretical or knowledge review sessions. Ahmed was doing great with that, because, as I told you, he attended a lot of theoretical sessions before. And after that, the first time he was going to the pool, we start by a confined water environment. Confined means that we are in a pool or in a pool environment. And he was doing great, carrying a very big tank and equipment, but he was doing great. We found him, we got him a suit fitting him, because it's not that popular, especially in Egypt.
And the weights, I believe,
yes,
took many.
Yes, the weights are, but it's proportionate to his weight, but he doesn't need a lot of weight to go down.
Okay.
And he was doing great. Actually, his parents were trying to monitor and see how he's doing, and he's as he said, he has that thinking of, I'll do it. So this is very helpful to the instructor as well.
So Ahmed, how did you feel when you found yourself all of a sudden under the water in the sea, and where was it?
I felt excited, and that maybe after 5 minutes or less I could see a new kind of fish and discover natures.
What is the most important fish or creature that you really you were amazed or you liked?
The most that I liked was a torpedo ray that was camouflaged, and Mr. Ashraf saw it and told me that it was there, but I didn't know where it was.
Where was it? Hurghada, Sharm el-Sheikh?
It was in Hurghada on the sandy bottom.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are you trying now to be familiar with fish, and biology can help you with that? Maybe change of subject. And what else how did you tell your friends? What do your friends tell you when they found out?
My friends told me I told them when I get off the mask it was a bit hard, so they told me, did your eyes hurt? I told them no, and then they asked me how do I breathe and how do I swim.
So they were interested?
Yeah.
And you had all the answers?
Yes.
It's interesting because Mr. Ashraf was talking about how different it was that you needed to always have attention on him being so young. Was that also a bit scary for you even at the beginning?
No, it's not scary, but that's because it's regulated by standards set by a very important and international organization, which is PADI, the Professional Association of Diving Instructors, and they set standards for each level of divers and for each age group as well. So they set standards like if I'm training a child, then the ratio is 1:4 or 1:2. This permits for much more focus with those small trainees versus the adults, which may reach up to 8 or even 10 trainees or student divers. So what I was thinking of the reaction, because sometimes the children, you know, I want to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was very responsible, by the way. And he even exceeded my expectations. And we take it gradually. We don't just suddenly put him in the sea. So it's taken gradually. Even in the sea, the conditions are different. For example, there are some friendly conditions, mild conditions. It's a confined place, so not very deep. So this helps as well psychologically and physically as well.
How can
Oh, sorry.
it's okay. How can diving change the personality of the children? I mean, because this is something very important. I remember I saw a kid, I think he was 4 years old or something like this. He was moving on the surface, making snorkeling. And I was very much impressed because he was not Egyptian.
Yes.
And this is something very, very important. We
Yeah.
don't encourage our children to move for such things. On the other hand, this is something of great importance to them. So how far diving can be important to children in general? How can it can change the personality? What?
I think you can see he's confident. When you do something challenging and you succeed in it, that improves your moral and makes you more confident, and gives a message that I will do whatever I can. I want to do any challenge I can manage and succeed in it. That's the part. But another part is it's very useful socially as well, because during the trips and the training, they are socially more exposed to friends, even from different age groups.
And from different nationalities.
and
And
yes.
also this helps with domestic tourism.
Yeah,
even.
exactly. I told you before that Ahmed has got a buddy. He's like 14 years or 13 years old, and they dive together now. So this is very useful. On the other side, which is educational side, during the knowledge part or the theoretical part of the course, we teach some subjects like basic physics and the effect of pressure on the body, and general knowledge about the aquatic life. So all these knowledge is as well useful to the children, definitely.
So, Sir Haytham Wagih and Ahmed, thank you very, very much for joining us. Congratulations, Ahmed. And I want you also to keep in mind your invention, what you want to invent in the future, because
and
you can
have to
do
come
it.
here again.
And I think maybe you can meet one more time later to tell me more about your invention. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
joining
pleasure.
us.
Thank you.
And with this, we reach the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us. Remember to join us again tomorrow, same time, on the breakfast show for more. Till then, stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.